This is my review of Transformers Universe Classics Dropshot. He is a rocket tank of some sort, as you can see with the missiles here. He's a Toys R Us exclusive, this paint variety anyway, and he's of the banana cream variety. Looking at him, he's a very nice rocket tank, or whatever the case may be. If it wasn't for this paint scheme, I would like it a lot more. I would actually kill for a camo kind of paint scheme, something like that. I've heard similar complaints. But I mean, all things considered, I actually kind of like it. You have the bulldozer thing here in the front. You've also got the turrets here, which does go a full 360, which in my opinion... Oh, not a full 360. I was mistaken. About a 180. But it is very nice to actually have a fully rotating cannon turret there. Also, looking here, the panels are coming off here. Okay. Anyway, he's not cooperating. But all in all, I like it. His weapons are the same as they would be in robot mode. We put this key in here, and we have a rocket. Slide this out. And on this side, if I can get this thing out, so plug it in here, make sure this way, and we have a... There you go. A rather large cannon. I mean, this guy's absolutely armed to the teeth. I mean, look at him from a front-on profile. So we have the two missiles here, which do fire. I'm not going to do that because I have a propensity for losing these things. A little screen there. We have all these individual rocket packs here, as well as a nice big cannon right here. Not to mention, if you're like me and you don't... put this up. Not to mention if you're like me and you don't like losing accessories a lot of the times. There's a nice little peg on the side here which you can fit this gun onto, which goes onto Dropshot's hand later on, if you so choose. So that off to the side back here. So like I said, he's got all these different weaponry, he's armed to the teeth, but for now, let's put all this back in here and we can get to robot mode. Oh, and I forgot to mention one thing. My favorite thing actually about this robot tank is this nice big Decepticon logo right there. I'm kind of a sucker for the big displayed Decepticon logos. Really am. Some of my favorite characters, figures, all have them on there. Anyway, so moving on. My biggest complaint with this figure is this right here. Hopefully you guys can see this, but if you look, when you bring this cannon up, say he wants to shoot at something in the sky, I don't know, in this case jet fire, something like that. Oh, what's all this? You can see all of his robot mode on the inside. I know it's maybe me being a little bit picky, but I prefer not to see robot in this case. But moving on, I'll give it a 4 out of 5 in tank mode. I do like it quite a bit. Had it been a different color, I would have loved it. So moving on, the first thing we want to do is move these panels down, and you guys will have to excuse me. Well, as I was going to mention, these panels do seem to have a desire to pop off at a whim's notice there on a ball joint, so they do tend to come off. Now, when you're transforming this guy, there are little pegs here that do go into, which I like. Pegs are always nice. And after that, you can move his feet down like this on each side. And then on the back here, there's these little green guys, and you can actually lift them up. And they help stabilize him when he's in robot mode. Otherwise, he'll be a big, top-heavy guy, he'll just fall over everywhere, which is not good. So now, separate them. We've got legs. We've got legs. It's good. Okay. Back him up a little bit here. So now, if you look at the back of him, you can see that he's still got this giant rocket pack. If you just pull these apart, I'm just trying to slide down on me. That's for later. Pull these apart. Slide them back, and now you have arms. Lift them up here. Tabs. You pull these tabs forward. He's got a right hand. Pull this tab forward. He's got a left hand. And giant rocket packs. And then, last thing, of course, with any transformer you want to do, the head reveal. On the back here, his head's stored. If you just pick it up, lift it all the way up, and lock it into place, now we have a head. Now you can all see there's a head there. So here he is in robot mode. Now he's fully articulated, and Well, almost fully articulated anyway. His fingers and wrists don't move, but with the severity of these rocket packs here, I don't see a need for them to. I mean, he does ratchet at the knees. Mine are very stiff, as well as they turn. Thighs as well. Ratchet up and down, all the way up and down. His waist moves, and his arms go in a full variety of directions as well. Don't need to really show you all that. So here's in robot mode, standard rocket packs. In this mode also, as with all the rest of them, his weapon does work. Pop this out. There we go. And we have the missile launcher in this mode. Now, in order for this to pop all the way out, his arm has to be straight, because this flap has to fold over right here, and there's like a little tab that kind of goes into his hand right there. Same thing with this arm. Straighten this arm out this way. And this is the one with the big like howitzer type cannon on it. All right. So now he's got a giant howitzer cannon, and you can actually slide this all the way forward like that. And then he gets the tab as well right there. I don't know how well you can see that. Well, here he is in all of his banana cream glory. Now, one thing is, if you have his giant weapons out, it's really difficult for him to actually hold this gun. I mean, if you were to slide back this portion of his arm here, then he can't really hold it, even if you slide it back. You go forward when the tab goes into his hand there, so he can't hold it. I mean, it's nice, but it feels like almost a waste of gun. So what I do, seeing as he's got the giant howitzer on this side, I mean, he's got the rockets on this arm, so I'll leave that arm alone, but you lift it up here. There are tabs on the bottom side. I don't know if anyone can see them. Right there and right there behind from my finger. What I usually do is I just take this little hole right there, if you can see it, right there, and I do plug it in here, and it stays on there rather nicely. So then we go down here, and lo and behold, he's got another gun to point at people. So when he comes up against some Autobot here, let's say this really mashed up classics Ironhide, he's got several guns to waste him with. I mean, he's got his choice of blasting with a howitzer, shooting with a rocket pack, shooting with this piece of whatever it is right here, and these fine rockets as well. Apparently I can't get these to launch, so Ironhide, you're saved another day. Yay. Now as for height, we just saw him next to Universe Classics Ironhide, and against his old buddy, his Cobra guy right here, which I do have happened to laying around for no reason at all, but this is a standard size G.I. Joe figure, and you can see how tall he is. I don't know if any of you guys, how many of these? I'm sure you do have at least one laying around somewhere. And here he is with Bruticus Maximus back here, who I can't seem to get in frame right now, who apparently only has one arm for some reason or another. I dropped it somewhere. Overall, though, I would give this figure very high rating. I would say, all in all, 8 out of 10. My biggest complaint with him, honestly, is his colors. I really wish he had more desert color. But, that aside, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up now. If you guys like anything, go ahead and comment below. There's going to be plenty more of these coming. Thanks much. Have a great night.